All right, folks. A little bit of a different episode today. We are going to look at the Stack Overflow developer survey for 2024 and see like what's going on in the tech industry, right? Obviously, I'm just one man who's speaking at the moment, but there's so many of us around the world, so it's good to get to know what everyone's up to, what kind of things that they're working on, how they're feeling, how they're utilizing AI and stuff like that. Particularly those that are trying to code, right? Obviously, my channel is focused around junior developers. So if we can just go on to learning to code, we can see what kind of resources people are using. And as you can see here, right, there's still a lot of people using books and physical media. I'm guessing this is mostly geared towards like university students that are sort of learning at the moment, including e-courses. A lot of you guys will use that, yeah, Udemy and stuff like that. And still, a lot are on-the-job training, and this is something that I think is really, really important, right? You will not know everything when you start your job, right? It's impossible, and you'll do a lot of learning on the job, and each code base is different, right? So there's always going to be a learning curve, right? Regardless of whether you're junior or you're senior. That's something really, really important to remember because there'll always be a time for you to sort of like learn and sort of grow. The interesting thing that I found here was coding boot camps actually is still around about 10%, which is quite interesting, to be fair. There's been like a fluctuation in the market where there's people using, coding boot camps, and that kind of died down a little bit. So it's interesting to see there's still like a significant amount of people using that. Moving on to like how people are actually learning to code, this is pretty interesting. Technical documentation. I generally thought it was quite rare for people to like look at. I mean, obviously, like when you're trying to code something or you're coming across an error, docs are like the place to go, right? That's where your information is. But it's good to see that more and more people are using technical documentation as opposed to like just your casual Google search. And of course, AI is in there as well. AI is brilliant, you can learn a lot. Sometimes it might like hallucinate or give you the wrong answer, but for the most part, I think it's really, really good resource. And learning, using technical documentation is always good, to be honest. What we can do is look at what kind of typical age people are learning at the moment. And this is really, really cool. Let me just scroll down so you can kind of see where, like, there's a lot of people that are under 18. Still, even if you look at 25 to 34-year-olds, this kind of was when I was learning to code as well. I think I was 28 at the time when I moved in. So again, it's good to see that people of all ages are kind of learning to code and through different sort of resources that are available. This is the thing, right, guys? There is no age limit on when you can learn to code. You can learn to code like whenever you want and make that career change. And I think that's really, really important to highlight to other people because ultimately, like most people just don't realize that that opportunity is available, and sometimes you kind of doubt yourself whether you can or you can't do it. So this is just something that I want to bring to people's attention that doesn't matter, right? I made that change so late on in life, and here you can see that there's so many other people that are doing it as well. So do give it a go. There's so much that we can cover as part of this developer survey, right? Um, we can probably have a look at like the tech as well that people are using, and then probably we'll do like different stuff in different videos because it's just too big of a survey to look at. But this is really, really cool, right? Just looking at all the respondents, and in terms of like programming, you can see JavaScript is all well up there, and that's good, right? Obviously, I'm on a browser right now. Obviously, I'm interacting with JavaScript. There'll be some sort of web page that's using JavaScript. Most will do, right? So again, it's really, really important to utilize that. Python is still up there as well, particularly with its use case in AI. I guess that will just keep increasing and increasing. And then Java's well up. Do you know what? I'm a little bit shocked about how much Java's being used. I generally would have thought Java would have been a lot more popular. Obviously, this does not cover every single developer everywhere in the world, but just the people that responded. So that's really, really interesting. Looking at all of the other ones as well. I'm just trying to see is Scala is not being utilized that much, right? 2.6%, which is pretty wild. Go, you can see. I would have thought Go would have been a lot more popular, you know, probably more than C Sharp, but as you can see, not so much, right? It's supposed to be like quite fast, um, but here we are. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. I would recommend that everyone go and have a look at the survey, right? It gives you an idea of what's kind of happening in the marketplace. I know it's like a restricted amount of people that are replying to it, but still, you know, get a grip to the market, keep your ears to the ground and see what's going on, what people are using, right? How people are feeling, and I think that's really, really important. But yeah, hopefully this is like a good, quick overview of like kind of some of the stuff that's available on the survey. I'll post a link in the description, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that, and we'll cover some more stuff on the survey soon.